AI needs us. That is how AI is going to deliver the content and determine what the best content is to display. Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the X agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the Duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips. Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 81, and today I want to talk to you about the overall search experience. Meaning, what is that experience like when you turn to Google to find an answer? Because it's pretty much been the same for many years. You get served a bunch of articles, you pick which one you want to read, and you've got your answer. And sure, over time, Google has added some fun features that they like to call SERP features, an acronym that just stands for Search Engine Result Page. So the features that appear on that page when you first type in something into Google. Some of these features have been, okay, now you don't need to click through to the article because the bulleted answers in a piece of that article is actually lifted out of the article and put on that search engine page. Or the sought after position 0, where you're featured at the very top above even all the sponsored posts. These features have been awesome because they've helped drive new traffic to our website, which is amazing. But pretty soon, everything about this experience is going to change in a really big way. And in fact, if you already use Bing, it already has with the integration of ChatGPT. And if you don't know what ChatGPT is, we talk about this in episode number 57, and we talk all about what ChatGPT is and why you should care. And Google, in fact, has their own AI integration, which is called Bard, very similar to ChatGPT. And earlier this year, Google released what is called the Search Generative Experience, or what they are calling SGE. And this is where users can opt in or maybe have been invited, and they can interact with this experimental version of search that displays AI-generated responses above the old school list of results. This has a lot of people stressing out. It's making people wonder, does blogging even matter anymore? AI is just going to deliver the answers. What's the point of creating blog content? Is my SEO going to be obsolete? People are just going to be getting the answers from these robots and not from my website. So what's the point? And people are really stressing out about it. And so I want to take a moment to talk about, the experience is changing, and change is scary, but there's a big reason why we shouldn't be scared of this change, because this change at the end of the day is Google's way to help you, your users, our audience, have a better experience on a search engine and get their answers quicker. So I want to talk for a moment why we shouldn't be scared of it and how we can lean in and really leverage it as a benefit for us. Google posted something the other day, and I'm going to read this to you because I think this is really important. And there's some nuggets in there that I pulled out, and I was like, yes, this is empowering for all of us. Google said, SGE is designed to be a jumping off point for exploring helpful information on the web with links to search results included alongside each AI overview. To help you better understand how recent the information is from these web pages, we recently added in publish dates to these links. We also are continuing to experiment with new, easier ways for people to find web pages that support information in AI overviews. Now, there's a few things in this little paragraph that I noticed right away. One is, this is designed to be a jumping off point. Those words, jumping off point. Google doesn't want you to stay on that search engine page. They want you to get to the helpful information like your website faster. So this is a jumping off point. They still want to drive people to your website. They also mentioned in here that AI is incorporating links and videos and images all within the AI section of content. meaning your articles aren't going to be below AI, they're going to be embedded throughout the AI experience. This is like another feature for our websites to get featured in AI, which how cool is that if your website's going to be integrated in that AI experience? Another thing I noticed here is the recent add of publish dates to these links. Now, we've talked about this a lot of times before fresh content, not just about new content that you're creating, but going back to your old content that performs really well and updating it with fresh content and refreshing that publish date. That's going to be more important now than ever because Google's displaying the dates right there in the AI experience, and people want to see that this is recent and relevant for them. And the last thing that I want to mention about this, and a huge reason why we shouldn't be scared, is that AI can't work without us. AI needs us. That is how AI is going to deliver the content because it's going to read all of the content, all the articles, all of the things that we have, and determine what the best content is to display. If anything, it's just holding us accountable. It's making sure that we aren't delivering crap content, that we are actually delivering content that the AI tools want to use. Because if we're doing that, all the better. We are going to be featured even higher than anyone else because that AI experience is going to be first. That's going to be first above the sponsored posts. And that's a huge opportunity for us. So let's talk for a minute about what types of content is not going to work anymore. Because there's a few things that aren't going to work. There's a few things that people aren't going to click through to the links for. And one of those is quick definitions and quick answers to questions. Things like, what is a photographer? What is an SEO title? What is a real estate agent? What does a real estate agent do? What is a privacy policy and do I need one? These are all really quick questions and things that people are just going to get the answers from that AI tool. They're not going to need to click through to the website. Another thing is creating content just for the sake of creating content. If you are sticking to one blog a week just because you want to be consistent, but the blog content that you're creating is just mediocre, then I'm sorry, but AI isn't going to use that. And you're likely not going to rank really high on a search page. The content you create needs to be high quality. It needs to be content that your audience wants to read. It needs to be helpful content. This is super important. So, say that you have a bunch of articles that are like definitions, quick answers, things that have performed really well for you. Now, let's think about this in a different way. So, instead of saying, okay, I have a blog post about what is an SEO title, now, how am I going to make sure that this post still gets read? Like, how can I update this to make it better? And instead, you could say, how I write an SEO title that stands out for my clients. Now we're not defining something within this content. We are sharing an experience. And those are the things that are going to stand out. Experiences, stories, transformations. These are all things that, even if you are describing and defining a tool, a resource, a verbiage, some jargon filled language in your industry, that's great. Continue to do that throughout your articles, but then supplement that with an experience or a story or how you think differently about this topic, because those are the things that AI cannot deliver. AI cannot deliver a real life human experience like you can. It's going to be so much better coming from you, and that is what's going to help your content perform. So, if you are listening to this and you're like, wow, how can I try out this search generative experience for myself? You can go check out Bing. There is another tab within Bing where you can be like, okay, I want to see what ChatGPT is like within this experience. You can also sign up and get on the wait list for this experience from Google. And we will go ahead and link this all in the show notes so you can see if you qualify to sign up for it. I will say that for us, we are not able to sign up on our business account. It's not open to business accounts, but it is open to personal accounts. So try to sign in with your own personal Gmail rather than your business Gmail. Right now, this tool is available on Chrome desktop. You can also download it from the Google app, and that is for both Android and iOS, which is great. And if you are listening to this and you are not in the US, this is not open to anything outside of the US quite yet. It also is an English only launch. And as they are testing and launching this, they want you to provide feedback because they are continuing to incorporate this feedback and improve this experience over time. And the more feedback we can give them, the better the experience is going to be. There is not a date yet about when this is going to roll out to everyone, but you better bet that if ChatGPT is already out there with Bing, then they are running as fast as they possibly can to get this up and running. And this experience is going to be a big change for everyone. So, right now, what can you do to prepare for it? You can go back to some of your old content and refresh it with some of the things that we've been talking about. You can incorporate an experience and you can think about, okay, how can I deliver the best, most helpful piece of content? I'd recommend using Google Analytics to dig into your best performing pieces of content. Look at Google Search Console to see the search terms that you're ranking for and start prioritizing your content that already performs really well. And if you prioritize that, that will really help to make sure that it maintains that good traffic. And then after that, you can start prioritizing the other content that you want to perform better. So I hope this has inspired you, made you a little bit less scared of this new experience because at the end of the day, Google needs us and we need Google. And this experience is meant to make our lives better and our audience's lives better. So let's find ways to embrace it rather than be scared of it. Thank you for listening to another episode of Duo on Air, and we'll see you next week.
So you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We absolutely love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.